now I get to hand it over to my buddy. He is, when I showed that 1,000 rank, he is already there. He has hit it. He's got the highest residual out of any of my friends, and he's from Oklahoma. He couldn't have been any better this last weekend at our big event. He just laid out a simple system where you do this and you get that, exactly what he's going to teach you today, what to do right now to start building your business, to immediately start getting that residual income. Listen, we got just over a week left in this month. There's a bunch of you on here right now. Even if you're starting today, that can have a residual income check come next month based off of what you do in this next 9 to 10 days. So I can't think of a better guy to kick off the training portion than my buddy, 1,000 squared, Mr. Troy Brown. Are you on here, buddy?
I'm here, Eric. Can you hear me okay, bud?
I got you. You sound great.
All right. Thank you, man. Great job, Eric. That was awesome. I'm gonna quickly go through some stuff, just a quick training here. Eric laid it out on how this all works, but I'm gonna share my screen here. Went over some stuff, how to get started. I'm gonna share a little bit of that. Here we go. Jesse's got me up and running. Eric mentioned the Good Life trainings, the training system we got in the inner circle. First of all, everything I'm going to talk about, you can go there and get the information you're getting ready to see. So I want to just talk about once you're in, and you're getting these incredible products, you're getting the travel, all the stuff. Now you want to build a residual income. Now you want to go change some things. I want to talk about how to build it. And so the one thing for me as I'm building, I want to make it as simple as possible, not just for myself. You know, I'm a simple guy. I need things to be simple, not just for me, but for the masses that come in. Because if you're going to build this thing, remember, it's not about just who you talk to. It's the people you talk to, who they talk to, and so on and so on and so on. So you want this to be simple so it duplicates over time. So I want to simplify the build when I get started. And so I'm just talking about, I come in, I call somebody, they want to get started. How do I start them? This is really what the build is. You know, getting somebody new in and getting them started. So I want to talk about 3 things that I do that I think are the most important thing to do. And so the first thing is, I don't try to teach them everything I know about what I learned in Phoenix, or what I learned at the next big event, or what I learned when I went to Eric's training. I don't try to teach them everything. That's me and my process. I'm trying to learn more, but I got to go through my own process. Remember, a new person, we do not want to overwhelm them. We don't want to overwhelm them, because when we overwhelm people, we give them so much information, we confuse people. And when we confuse people, we freeze people. And a frozen mind, a confused mind is a frozen mind, and a frozen mind does nothing. And that's where people just get, yeah, I'm out. It doesn't work for me. Because they get confused, right? So when I start, there's 3 things that I really want to talk about. The list, I want to make a list with them, and I start right then. You put somebody in, the list starts right then. It's not a written list. It's not a traditional list. It's a who do you know right now we could talk to? That starts my list right now. I want to get a win as fast as possible. I think sometimes we get somebody in and we would say, okay, I'll call you in a couple of weeks and we'll get you started. No, it starts right then. You want to have more success, get them started right now. Are you going to get everybody started right now? No. But when you can get somebody started, you get them in and say, who do you know right now we can talk to? Who's within 10 minutes of us right now that we can talk to? Who's somebody we could call on the phone that we can talk to? Whatever it is, okay? I start making that list. Then I'll start making a written down list with them. Eric Grzybowski says this all the time. Your phone is not your list. The people inside are part of the list, but write them down. Start making a traditional list, man, so you're looking at it every day. So that's the list, and I start that way. Now, then once I teach them to get a list, then we're going to start inviting somebody. So now I teach them an invite. It's a simple invite. I'm not going to teach an invite right now. Again, Eric said the inner circle stuff has this so laid out for you. Go listen to all this, but let me tell you a concept of the invite. This is what I always say. If you're inviting somebody to take a look at this, don't start presenting. I think that's the biggest problem that people have, is they start presenting instead of inviting. And if you're like, well, how do I know I'm presenting? If you start giving away the end of the movie before you show them the movie, you're presenting. Hey, I know I'm not supposed to tell you, but this happens, that happens, this, and they all die at the end. We give away the end of the movie, right? We don't want to do that. We run it for people, and they don't see the movie. They say, "Oh, it sounds like this or like that." I don't think I'm interested. They don't even know what the movie's about. Okay, so don't give it away. Again, more information on the inner circle, and then the last part is I want to get their launch party, whether it be a one-on-one, a two-on-one, a meeting at their house, whatever it is, a secret social, a travel party. I don't care what you call them. I just want to get them moving. So these are the three things I do. And I keep saying this. I'm going really fast. I just want you to get the idea. Remember, simplicity. If you want more information, go to the inner circle that Eric talked about. Let me show you something. I did it this morning. When you go to the inner circle, there's this list, and you see all these lists. If you're not on the inner circle, this is what it looks like when you join. It has all this information. And one of the topics here that you can click on is called training by topics. And guess what one of the topics is? Eric Gruzbowski laid this out in there. It's called Fast Start. You can click on Fast Start, and when you click on it, now you hear an in-depth. You can take notes. You can listen to it over and over and over again. This is just one of the many things that we have. This is such a cool system. And this right here is going to get better and better and better. We've only had this out for a week now. And I've been hearing people talk about it and people saying, man, this is the best system I've ever seen. There's been a lot of work done, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to have this laid out. So if you're not on the inner circle, get on the inner circle. You can scan that right there. If you're like, how do I get on? Take your phone right now. Scan that if you can. If you're on your phone, you can't do that. Take a picture of it, though. And you can scan that, and you can go right there and join the inner circle. Now let's talk about you're getting people started. And Eric said something about the results. He said one of the things that I taught on this last week was if you do this, you get that. So if you start making the list, if you start doing the invites, if you start doing the launch parties, what are you doing? That is the work, and that is the stuff that you're going to do to get to that dream that you want. But between the work and the dream, there's going to be struggle, right? We got to do the work. There's no way around work. If you're going to get from the dream to the results, you got to have the work in between. And that's what some people call a struggle. You know what I call it? The fun. Man, I love being in the hunt. I love being in the game. I don't want to be on the bench. I don't like being on the bench. I like being in the middle of the game. So I love being in the hunt. And it's like right now, the game is the most exciting I've ever seen it right now. If you want to jump in the game, this is the time to walk in. So let's talk about the results. If you do this, you get that. And so we got lots of bonuses. I think there's 7, 8 ways you can get paid in secret. I don't know. I'm not that detailed. I know there's a lot of bonuses. The bonus that's most important to me, it's called the squared bonus. And it's what Eric talked about. He showed J. Paul Getty. He said it's a leverage income. I'd rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own effort. That's leverage. Right? That's leverage. Well, this I saw as I looked at it, this was the simplest, best way to create residual income, true residual, that if you build it, it's going to keep recurring month after month after month after month after month. And I'm like, wow, for the amount of work, for the effort and everything, I've never seen anything like this. And so you can see it. 5 squared pays out 50 a month, 10 squared, 200 a month. By the way, if you're like, 200 a month. Do you know how much you have to have in the bank to create $200 a month residual? Try going looking that up. At 5%. Let's do it at 5%. Go figure it out. All the way up to 1,000 squared, and I'll just give you a secret. We're not stopping at 1,000 squared. That's just a starting place. But 1,000 squared pays $20,000 a month. Could you imagine going and doing this? And you do the work, and you get that? Every month you wake up just because of work you did a month ago, 2 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you're getting paid every month. You open your eyes in the morning and boom, hey, I got paid that again because I did the work. I did whatever people call the struggle. But see, if you're going to get good at something worth getting good at. I'm excited about getting good at this squared bonus deal, right? And so what I talked about at Phoenix was let's become part of the calendar club. See, if you don't know where you're at, How you going to know where you're going? And the calendar club is how I track the results of what's really going on. So I know where I'm at, what's going on, and I'll explain. In your back office, some of you there, you know this, but there's new people on here that don't know, and you need to hear this over and over, over and over. By the way, this talk will be on the Inner Circle, the talk from Phoenix. If the calendar club is, we have a back office that tracks all these 50-50 numbers that the squared bonus is based off. 50-50 means somebody's in Club Secret, that's the first 50, and somebody's buying at least $50 a month in product. Recovery, booster, whatever it is. Okay, they're buying $50. So they're called 50-50. Well, what this tracking system is how many people you have on your left team, how many people you have on your right team doing that. In this example, if you look at it, we see that where there's 27 on the left and there's 20 on the right. Okay, so this person would be a 10-10 squared. Okay, so they're making $200 a month. They're not yet 25-25, but they want to get there because what happens when they get to 25-25? It jumps from 200 to 500. You saw the chart. They're making $500 a month if they just get 5 more sales over there. So they know to go chase those. I got to go chase those 5 sales. Well, when they hit it, is the chances they're going to be 25-25 next month pretty good? Yes. It's residual in nature. J. Paul Getty said it. We got people that are on the product, they're in the club, that they're going to do it again next month. Because did they run out of recovery? Did they run out of booster? Did they run? Yes. Did they get value out of their membership? Yes. They went on a trip. They did the member deal, the daily deals. They did whatever. They're getting value. They're staying on, right? That's residual income. Now, you got to track those results. And here, my buddy Max Laura made this tracker for us. And you don't have to use this tracker, but it's pretty cool. And you're like, well, hey, where can I get that tracker? Let me put this in the comments. There's where you get it. Max just put it too. Thanks, Max. Appreciate that. You can go download it. Click on that link that Max just put in and I put in. There it is right there. And so if you look at it, we started on July 15th with this announcing all this stuff. That was last week. So he started on July 15th. See that? I put it in there. But you're going to fill in all those days every night. Here's what I did last night, right before I went to bed. I went to my back office. I looked at these numbers. I wrote it in my tracker. You know why I want to do that? Because next month on the same day, what was yesterday? 20th or 21st? I don't even know the day. It's the 21st. So on the 21st last night, I wrote down the numbers. Next month on the 21st, I'll write those numbers down. And you know what I'm going to do? Compare the two numbers. Am I ahead or behind where I was the month before? I'm going to track this. See, I want to see if I'm behind, I'm like, oh, I'm behind. I need to go. I want to have this increase for the next 20 years in that number. I want to see it do this every month. Because when it does this every month, what happens to your paycheck every month? It's doing this. See, I want that. Not because I love money, because I love what we can do together with the money. See, when we were in Phoenix, we did a pretty cool thing. We got a foundation. We're helping the school that our founders started, a private school out there. And you know what? A bunch of you went on Monday after the event, went and cleaned that up with us. See, I want to do the good things with money. I want a bunch of friends with money so we can do the good things, right? And so that's it. And so you can go to the Good Life trainings and get all that stuff. I'm not going to go too deep into it. I just wanted to tell you, that's what I'm doing. Let me unshare my screen here. That's what I'm doing. That's what I do over and over and over. Keep this simple. Are you going to learn more along the way? Yeah. Is there stuff that can help you along the way? Yes. But remember, we're in a process. We don't try to cram the whole process down our new person first day. We start with the basics. And if we get good at the basics, we can make a fortune.